Good morning, my dears. Today we are going to start Delhi Sultanates Part 2. Right? Delhi Sultanate Part 2. Last week we discussed the same lesson, Delhi Sultanate, up to 5 pages. From page number 30 to 35 we discussed in last class. Okay. So one quick recall what we discussed in last class in this lesson. So, in this lesson, what are the things we discussed means first, the rulers of Delhi. Okay, the rulers of Delhi. So, before the Muslim kings entered to India, the time of the 12th century, early 12th century, the Delhi was ruled by various Rajput kings. Okay, like Thomas, Sultans, okay, Prithviraj Chaukans, Jayachandra, like that. Many Rajput kings ruled Delhi and surrounding area. Okay, so later, the year of 1192, Delhi was captured by the king of Ghori, Muhammad Ghori. Then his followers they started to rule. Okay, so first Muslim king who ruled India very first means after Muhammad Ghori. He is not ruling a long time, very short period time only he ruled. That's why his name not entered in that list. Okay, so first is slave dynastics. Okay, so slave dynastics. Who are the rulers ruled in slave dynastics? Qutbuddin Aibak, Samsuddin Iltutmish, Russia Sultan, and Ziauddin Balban. Okay, so slave dynastics also called as Turkey dynastics. Why? Because this dynastics is called as slave dynastics. The rulers, three rulers of this dynastics, Turkey dynastics, Qutbuddin Aibak, Iltutmish, Samsuddin Iltutmish, and Ziauddin Balban. These three members belongs to slave. That's why it was called as slave dynastics. So follow of slave dynastics who ruled means Khilji dynastics. Okay, Jalaluddin Khilji and Alauddin Khilji they ruled. Then Tughlaq also, Feroz Shah Tughlaq, Muhammad Tughlaq. So one more king he ruled. Okay, then Sayyid dynastic and Lodi dynastic they are ruled very short time only. Okay, so these are called as Delhi Sultanate. Okay, after Lodi dynasty, after Lodi period only Babur entered to India. That and all we will discuss fourth lesson of history. Right? So we discuss about rulers of Delhi. Then we discuss about finding out about the Delhi Sultanate. So which source like inscription, manuscripts with like this sources we comes to know the ruling methodology of Delhi Sultanate. Okay, so which language they may use for administration means Persian. That too we discussed. Okay, next we discussed about garrison town, hinterland. Garrison town means the capital city which was fortified with full of weapons and soldiers, right? And then hinterland. So hinterland means which land supply food items to garrison town is called as hinterland. And then what methodology the kings followed for expand their ruling area. Okay, they used two methods. One is internal fortification, internal extension, another is external extensions. Like the two methodology they followed. Okay, so today we are going to be discuss some more points the same lesson. Okay, so during the Sultan's ruling time all over the subcontinent, see they not only ruled Delhi and surrounding area. The time of Lodi dynastic ruling time from Qutbuddin Aibak from Qutbuddin Aibak to Lodi, up to Lodi, the time the Sultans whoever ruled the subcontinent, they construct lot of buildings. Okay, particularly they focus to construct Okay, why? Because they belongs to Muslim religion, so to spread his religions, to give importance to their religion, they construct mosque. Okay, so here in your book, page number 36, it's gave one of the term and some pictures. What is the term means? The mosque. Okay, the mosque. Okay, what is the meaning of mosque means? Nowadays we are calling mosque. No, that mosque alone called as mosque in Arabic language. Okay, in Arabic language, the mosque is called as mosque in Arabic language. Okay, so in that place only the Muslim male members. Okay, not female. The male members, they assemble together. They assemble in that place and they are doing their prayer in that place. Okay, for the time of prayer, one of the head person, one of the superior person, he conduct the prayer and he gave some speech also. Okay, suppose you have any chance, you can visit nearby the mosque from your houses. Okay, so suppose your visit means that time you can notice the time of prayer, all the people, okay, all the members, they were stand to face their face in west direction. Okay, so from in India, all the Muslims, the time of prayer, they are sitting or they are standing to face of west direction. Why? Because from India, the Mecca, the holy place of Muslim. Okay, the Mecca is a holy place of Muslim. Okay, so from India, the Mecca is located in west direction alone. Okay, it is in I think so Israel, I think so. That's why from in India, the Muslim members, they are facing in west direction during their prayer time. Okay, so the mosque are playing important role, particularly the Sultans ruling time. They construct very big mosques to encourage their religion and to show their power and their wealth or their devoteness to the God, right? So the next topic is administration and consolidation under the Khilji and Tughlaq dynasties. Okay, so what we are going to discuss in this topic means the administration method, particularly Khilji and Tughlaq kings, what they followed, that alone we are going to be discussed under this topic. Okay, so before we enter this topic, already I said the Muslim kings, they purchase slave as an object in the market. Okay, when we discuss about Qutbuddin Aibak, that time itself I said about the importance of slave during the time of Muslim kings ruling time. Okay, so the kings, they are not ready to appoint a governor or for high position. They are not believe rich people in that position. Okay, particularly, especially the Khilji kings and Tughlaq, these kings, they are not ready to consolidate, give the power to the higher class people. Okay, instead of they ready to give the posting to their trained slaves. Okay, just come to here. The Delhi Sultan favored their special slaves, particularly Iltutmish. He only the starter. You know very well, Iltutmish also a slave. Okay, so the Delhi Sultans favored their special slaves purchased for military service. Okay, purchased for military service. So that slaves were purchased only for the reason of military service. Okay, so they were very carefully they were trained by the people. Okay, so that slaves, that special slaves were called as pentagons. Okay, that special slaves were called as pentagon. What is the meaning of pentagon? Means it is a special trained slaves. Okay, so that is a Persian word pentagon. Okay, so for the slaves were specially purchased for do their service in the military. Okay, so they are getting training for working for that. Okay, so the slaves were totally, see, you know very well, suppose who are the slave means they are very honest to their master. Okay, they are very humble, they are very honest to their master. So for their master they are ready to do anything. Okay, even for choosing that too they did. Okay, so the slaves were totally dependent upon their master. Okay, so they are not ready to do anything, they never skip the words of their master. Okay, that is the reason the kings often select for their security works, for their safety, they believe only their slaves. Okay, so the sultans could trust and rally upon them. Okay, that's why suppose you had the chance to read about the history of Delhi sultans in your higher classes, that time you can see many kings were killed by others. Especially you can take Russia Sultan. Okay, Russia Sultan, she was a lady, she don't have any support, that's why she was killed by that military, their ministry members. Okay, so in that place the same thing should not happen to her brother. That's why that Ziauddin Balban, he made a security to that king. Okay, so why I said means Ziauddin Balban also a slave. Okay, so the slaves they gave their entire soul to their master. Okay, how we discuss about the pentagon, the same like another term is client. Okay, so what is client means someone who is under the protection of another. Okay, here in this lesson the person who is under the protection of another, that person is called as client. Okay, so he may dependent. Okay, he may dependent or depend to others. Okay, so these client and these slaves are very important person of the Delhi Sultanate, particularly Muhammad Tughlaq and Alauddin Khilji period. Okay, so these two kings they believed these slaves and clients alone. Okay, these slaves and clients, they are very loyal to their master. Okay, they are very loyal to their master. That's why the Sultan they believe these slaves and clients. So whenever the Sultan period is over, whenever the new Sultan comes to the position, comes to the power, that these slaves, okay, who was already working before king, that slaves and clients were assassinated. Assassinated means killed. Okay, they were killed by the new sultans. Why? Because the slaves and clients they were loyal only to their master. Okay, to which kings they are working as a client and slave, for them alone they will royal. Okay, so they are taking both. Suppose for that against the king anybody else did means they have aim to kill that person. That's why whenever the new sultan comes to the position, he is not ready to allow these old slaves and clients. Okay, so the Delhi sultans believes only slaves and clients. So these slaves and clients were appointed as a governor they are working as a military commanders. These military commanders were appointed as a governor of a territory. Okay, so these persons only, particularly these slaves or clients only, gave the importance to appointed as a governor of various land. Okay, various size. Okay, so last year we studied about Samanta's times he allotted a land, particular acre or particular size. In that particular size he want to maintain that army. So he want to support the time of war to the king for incident for that return he have the rights to collect tax, like that we discuss. No, the same like only for here also. So the people they are appointed, the military commanders are appointed as a governor of a territories. Okay, so that land is divided into many sizes. Okay, so that lands were called as Ikta. Okay, that land were called as Ta. Okay, Ikta. Okay, so the landholders, okay, who hold that land, they were called as Iktadas. Iktadas or Mast. Okay, Iktada or Mast. Okay, so what is the duty of the Iktada? What is the duty of the landowners, landholders in those days? Means they have to lead the military combines. Okay, like same the Samantas, the time of war, they have to lead. Okay, that governor, that military commander lead the combines, and they have to maintain law and order in their region. Okay, which region he was appointed as a Iktadar, he have to maintain the law and order into their region, and he has the rights to collect tax. He said no. So he has rights to collect tax, but what amount he want to collect, that will be decided by the king alone. Okay, that governor will not have the rights to fix the amount of how much they can collect tax. Okay, so for that tax collecting amount also is cross checked by some accountant. Okay, so accountant were appointed by the king. So that accountant were cross check the amount of revenue collecting, how much amount they may collect, whether that collecting amount properly settled to the government or not. Like that the accountant will cross check that amount. So how many types of tax they collect? Means they collect three type of taxes. One is cattle taxes, another is one is cattle tax, another is tax for peasant, and third one is the tax of houses. So three variety of taxes they were collected. So from peasant they collect 50% of their yield, they collect tax. Okay, from peasant means farmers. So from farmers they collect 50% of their yield they collect, and then from cattle rears, from houses they collect different amount of taxes. Okay, so when the kingdom was expanded, okay, suppose you see in your map, in your book I will explain later. So the time of expanding the ruling area, it is very difficult to maintain these like commanders or this for collective revenue collecting method and all. So the kings they face lot of problems. So what are the problems they face, that we will discuss next, right? Now we are going to discuss about the administration method which was followed by Alauddin Khilji and Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Okay, Alauddin Khilji and Muhammad bin Tughlaq. So before moving, what is the ruling time of Alauddin Khilji? You just remember the year of 1296 he became the king, who means Alauddin Khilji, and up to 1316 he ruled. Around 20 years he was ruled. Okay, so Muhammad bin Tughlaq, okay, so shortly we call Tughlaq. So Tughlaq he ruled the time of 1324 to 1351. 1324 to 1351, around 27 years he was ruled. Okay, so Alauddin Khilji he ruled 20 years, and Muhammad bin Tughlaq he ruled around 27 years. So both rulers are very good warrior. The time of war they are showing their strength. So they are very good warrior. But we are going to be discuss about the administration method of these two kings. Who was a very good king for administration administration means Alauddin Khilji. Okay, so even compared to Alauddin Khilji to Muhammad bin Tughlaq, Tughlaq was a learned person. He learned lot of things. He learned lot of language. He studied mathematics. He studied science. Okay, so he learned many things, but his administration method, what are the things he implemented in his country, at last it's going to be faced failure method. Okay, so here now we discuss about the administration method of Alauddin Khilji and Muhammad bin Tughlaq, right? So Alauddin Khilji both are ruled from the capital of Delhi, and almost Alauddin Khilji and Muhammad Tughlaq almost they cover entire India up to South India. South India means up to, they are not ruled south part, Tamil Nadu and Kerala, but remaining part they ruled, and then in west direction to present day Pakistan they ruled, and east direction up to Bangladesh they ruled. Okay, a vast land was ruled by them. Okay, so that only they are become a very successful king in those days. Let comes to discuss about the administration method. So first difference. So when Alauddin Khilji was king of that time, the Delhi was attacked twice. Okay, Delhi was attacked twice. The year of 1299 and 1299 to 1300 and 1302 to 1303. Okay, so two times Delhi was attacked by Mongol armies or Afghan armies. Okay, so for saving his country, for safeguard his country, Alauddin Khilji raised his standing army. Okay, for defensive measure only. For defensive measure only, he raised the standing army. Okay, so there is no there is no idea to attack another country. He is not raised army to save his country. He raised army. But Muhammad bin Tughlaq, what he did means, see, when his period, when he became the king, that time often the country was attacked by Mongols. Okay, so here you can ask who were called as Mongol means Mongolia is a country present day Russia. Okay, so present day India, and then nearby India west direction we have Pakistan, and next of Pakistan we have Afghanistan. So in the north side we have the country Mongolia. Suppose you have atlas with you, means just refer where is Mongolia is located. Okay, so often, so many times Delhi was attacked by people. So particularly Mongols, they try to attack Delhi. So but one time that Mongol army was defeated by Tughlaq's army. Okay, Mongol army was defeated by Tughlaq army. When Mongol army was defeated by him, he thought we are a very good soldier. I have very good soldier. I am very good administrator, like that. So that he started to raise his army to attack the entire Afghanistan. Okay, so just listen. The Sultan was attacked in the Sultanate was attacked in the early years of his region, but the Mongol army was defeated. So he means Tughlaq was confident about his strength of his army and his resource to plan an attack of Tanzania. Where is Tanzania means it is located in present Afghanistan. Okay, so it's far distance from Delhi to there. It's very difficult to reach that place, but he raised an army. So he therefore raised a large standing army. Okay. So already we discussed about garrison town. Okay, so garrison town means which city is fully covered with equipped soldiers. Okay, full of weapons. The city was covered, fortified city with full of equipments, called as garrison town. Okay, so Alauddin Khilji period, he constructed a new garrison town named Siri for his soldiers. Okay, so he construct new garrison town. Okay, but what Muhammad Tughlaq, what he did means he is not ready to construct new garrison town. Instead of, he planned to shift his capital from Delhi to Daulatabad. It's very funny in that time. Why I said it's funny means, already I said he was ruled very vast land. Okay, so what he thought, suppose I ruled the entire India, very vast land. Suppose I'm ruling only in Delhi means the distance places, the administration of distance place was very difficult. Like that he thought. Okay, his thinking is good, but what method he followed for changing his capital? Suppose at present our government plans to change capital means what they may did means which place, suppose you take that Andhra Pradesh government, they construct new capital Amaravati. So in that place they are constructing new houses. Okay, which place is ready to occupy for people. So like that all the detail, everything they are make it ready for people. Okay, but what Muhammad bin Tughlaq, what he did means, when he plans to change his capital, he ordered Delhi people, okay, whoever lived in Delhi, he ordered the entire Delhi people, they have to come along with him. Okay, so where he plans to change his capital means present day Maharashtra. One of the place we have Devagiri. Okay, suppose you just observe in your map, otherwise next class I will teach map. Okay, so Devagiri, so present day Maharashtra, that place is located. Almost that is the center point of his ruling time. So he plans to change his capital from Delhi to Devagiri. So that was called in those days Daulatabad. He named that place as Daulatabad. Okay, so what he ordered his soldiers and his residents, they have to come along with him. Okay, so a king, when he is going to one place to another place, he used to go by horse or elephant or chariot. But normal people, they have to walk alone. Okay, so many people during the time of shifting capital, they are died. Okay, even aged people also forced to come to that city. Even he is not allowed to the cattle to stay the Delhi town. Okay, so even they are taking the cows, buffaloes, even they are carrying dog also. Okay, so each and everything he is carrying to the new capital city. So what happened means the people, entire people, they suffer a lot. Many people, they are dying in the time of shifting the capital. But when he is going to Daulatabad, he is not ruling from that place long time. Only 1 or 2 years when he ruled, he is not satisfied in the city. Why? Because often the Afghan army, they comes and attack Delhi. That's why again he changed his plan. Again he changed his capital from Daulatabad to Delhi. Again the people were forced to go to Delhi. Okay, so this time many people, they are suffer a lot. They are not ready to come along with them, with soldiers, but they are forced by the army. So this is main reason failed his plan for shifting capital. So the third one is, see, whenever they are maintaining soldiers, they have to pay salary to the soldiers. Okay, so in those days there is no currency. So instead of currency, instead of amount, instead of cash, they are paying another method. Okay, so what for paying tax, the government needs income. Okay, so the government wants to collect tax from people. So allow the Khilji period to pay tax to the soldiers. He collect tax to the peasant. What they produce, in that 50% he collect tax. Okay, he collect tax. What the producers, what the farmer, they may eat, they may cultivate. In that they cultivate 50% as a tax, particularly the region of Ganga and Yamuna. Okay, particularly the area, the land, particularly these 50% of tax. But Muhammad bin Tughlaq, already I said, when Mongol army was defeated by him, he raised the army. Compare Alauddin Khilji army, Muhammad bin Tughlaq armies, the number of soldiers was very high. So each and every soldiers want to pay salary. So he to collect tax from farmers, but the tax amount is not enough to pay salary to soldiers. That's why he his region people, he was forced the people to pay more tax, okay, extra tax. So that's why what happened means the people, the area will face a famine in his ruling period. Okay, what do you mean by famine? Means there is no food for each. The people, they are suffering lot of disease. Okay, so suppose there is no rain, means they face drought. So these are come same time the people face lot of problem. Okay, so just listen. Alauddin Khilji period, the soldiers had to pay, had to be fed. This was done through the produce collected as a tax from the land between Ganga and Yamuna. So tax amount was fixed at 50% of Pishan's yield. But the Muhammad bin Tughlaq region produced from the same area was collected as a tax to feed army. The same, the Ganga and Yamuna river bank side, they collect tax. But to meet the expenses of maintaining such a large number of soldiers, the Sultanate laid additional taxes. So additional tax ultimately who bear means the people. So this coincides with the famine in that area. Okay, so the people, they are facing lot of problem during Tughlaq region. So Alauddin Khilji paid his soldiers as a salary of iktas. Okay, already we discussed about iktas. Okay, so soldiers would buy their supplies from the merchants in Delhi. Okay, so the soldiers, they have to collect their salary or their income from the merchants. Okay, the merchants had to pay as a tax to salary of the soldiers. So what it creates means the merchants, they could fear that for increasing price. Okay, so when it was feared that merchants would raise their prices. Okay, suppose the merchants think we can raise the prices, we can raise and sell like that, they cannot able to think. Why? Because they have to pay, they have to supply their goods to soldiers. So that time the price was controlled. So remaining people, rather than the soldiers, the remaining people also not worried about the increasing of price. Why? Because the price is not increased. What the government fixed, that fixing rate alone they are selling. Okay, so here just read, prices were carefully survived. Okay, so they measure the product and they allot the price. Okay, so the prices were carefully survived by officers, merchants who did not sell at the prescribed rate. Okay, suppose government prescribed you have to sell wheat in this rate, like that the government prescribed, they fixed the rate. Okay, so the merchants, those who are not sell in that rate, they were punished by the soldiers or government. Okay, so that's why the price rate, the main the basic things prices is not increased during Alauddin Khilji period. But the coincide what happened to Tughlaq period means he also paid salary to his soldiers as a cash, but instead of this method, instead of ikta, he followed token currency method. Okay, he only first introduced the currency system in India. Okay, so in that side he was very genius. But the way he was introduced, okay, token currency means what currency nowadays we are using now, 10 rupee, 50 rupee, 100 rupee, 200 rupee, 2000 rupee, like that, or coins, 1 rupee, 2 rupee, 5 rupee coins, no, these only called as token currency. So this was very first introduced in India by Muhammad bin Tughlaq alone. But the way he introduced, how he implement this system means, he is not using costly metals like gold or silver. Instead of gold or silver, he used to make this token currency cheap metal like not copper, very cheap metal. Okay, so the people were very clever in his country. Already they suffer a lot. That's why when he was introduced the token currency method, the wealthy people, the normal people, they are not ready to use their gold and silver coin. So they kept the gold and silver coin in their house, in their home itself, and they started to use this token currency. Some clever people, they started to make themselves the coins. Okay, so that's why illegal coins, many more illegal coins merged in the market. Okay, that's why the entire country economic was fell down. Okay, so listen here, he was also paid his soldiers cash salary. So token currency made cheap metal, not gold and silver. People not trust this coin, particularly the people not trust this coin, that is no useless, like that they think. So that they were very smart. So they saved their gold and silver coins and paid all their taxes to the state with this token currency. So how they paid the tax means the token currency. What currency he introduced, from that currency they paid. So that time the entire economy was failed. So the comparison, Alauddin Khilji and Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Alauddin Khilji administration method was a quite successful method, but Muhammad bin Tughlaq method was very failure method. Okay, why Muhammad bin Tughlaq method was very failure means, what are the schemes he introduced for shifting capital, for token currency method, for raising army, everything at the end was not success. Even the people also not happy mood in his religion. That's why many historians they said the Alauddin Khilji period administration, the growth of country, economic development, everything was success. But Muhammad bin Tughlaq time, everything was failed.